morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, March the 6th. Joan Stack is with us from the State Historical Society. We're going to talk about women today. And you brought along...
I brought along a friend and a colleague. This is Nicole from the Historic Costume and Textiles collection at MU.
Nicole Johnston. Good to have you here,
yes,
Nicole.
Thank you.
I didn't realize that MU had a historic textile collection.
We've been quiet for 53 years.
Yeah, so now you're going to make noise because this is the year of the suffragettes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 100 years. You think it's in August? Is it August?
Well, I think it's August when they actually first voted in Missouri.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And what we're doing is we're doing a collaborative exhibit. So we've got some artworks from our collection on the wall, but we're also showing lots of wonderful mannequins and other textile items from the Historic Costume and Textile collection that will really bring the whole era to life, I think.
Yeah. Now, women wearing white in protest, that goes back at least 100 years, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've got a picture, and for people listening on the radio, explain what we're looking at here.
That is an image from the Golden Lane in St. Louis, Missouri in 1916 at the National Democratic Convention.
And there are the sidewalks are lined. It was raining that day, it looks like. The sidewalks are lined with women dressed in white protesting.
Yes.
For the right to vote.
A silent protest. It was the Walkless, Talkless Parade.
That's what it was called? Mm-hmm. The Walkless, Talkless Parade, women protesting for the right to vote.
Yeah. Now, were the umbrellas, was it raining, or did they use that as part of the protest?
It was the golden yellow color was one of the suffrage colors.
Oh, so they had the yellow umbrellas also in protest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the yellow sashes. Yep.
Okay. Now, here's another picture. What is this?
Well, this is a work by a Missouri artist, Rose O'Neal, who many of you may know as the inventor of the Kewpie. And in Columbia, we have the Hickman Kewpies, so an homage to Rose O'Neal. But this is an image. Rose O'Neal was a suffragette, and so she used the Kewpies in many ways to support the suffrage movement. And here we see these figures that recall a famous patriotic image honoring the spirit of 76, which shows old veterans of the Revolutionary War marching together, playing the fife and the drum. But now we see Kewpies, little female Kewpies. They have little aprons on, and they are marching in a new revolution for women's vote.
Women.
Yes,
Votes
and they're holding
women.
that yellow flag, so you see that importance of yellow. As
okay, so that was the colors, the white and the yellow. And and then you've got clothing in the MU's historic textile collection.
Yes.
You've got clothing of women in the Senate and representatives, right?
Yes. We actually just received this from the suit from Claire McCaskill yesterday.
Okay.
In the mail.
So Claire McCaskill wore this
suit
in
during
the
her
Senate.
time in the Senate. Yes.
And then on the other side of the aisle, we should say, you've got something that Vicky Hartzler wore also.
Yes. She called it her signature suit. She, when she first ran for Congress in 2009, she wore a burgundy suit that inspired her whole color, the colors of her campaign that she still uses.
Okay. All right. This I like this that Claire had on there.
Yes, isn't that nice?
What else have you got that you want to talk about?
Well, I think I'll let Nicole speak to this a little bit. We're going to have this great opening on March 14th. And it's really going to be a great event. It's on Saturday afternoon, and we're actually bringing in people from the theater department. And Nicole, could you say something about
that week prior to the opening, they have a play called Votes for Women, and we have 18 students who are coming to the opening reception dressed in their characters, and they'll be singing some songs from the play. They'll be doing some pop-up little soapbox speeches throughout the opening, so it'll be fun.
Yeah. So that will be when?
Saturday, March 14th.
Yes.
Now, as a woman, do you find it hard to believe that if you were alive 100 years ago, you would not be allowed to vote?
I think it's hard to believe. I think about when my grandmother was born. The vote came when she was a teenager, but when she was born, she wouldn't have been able to vote. Her mother
Does that
couldn't
make
vote.
you angry when you think about it?
Well, I don't know whether it's angry exactly, but it just reminds you of the difference between the past and the present, and how when we romanticize the past, maybe it wasn't so great.
Right. It wasn't necessarily the good old days for everything. Another thing I was reading last week, and I think I mentioned it to you, I read that it wasn't until 1974, I think it was 1974, that women could actually apply for credit on their own. They couldn't have a credit card on their own. Either their husband had to sign for them, or a man in the family, a father or an uncle, would have to sign for the woman to get credit.
Yeah, shocking.
And that was in 1974.
Yeah. It's shocking. I mean, it's amazing that within living memory that things still had not progressed beyond that. And hopefully our exhibit, I'm hoping to bring my daughter to the opening as a reminder of, the world that she's coming into and the rights that she has, and to look back on those women who made it happen.
Right.
And this exhibit will showcase that.
You have to admire the ladies who were strong enough, standing in the face of adversity, because they were
intense adversity.
Yeah, of course. And when I think about it, it makes me angry just to think back, and the fact that you didn't have the right to vote. Why? Did they think you weren't smart enough to vote? And look now what we have, women coming into government.
Yeah.
And I think in many ways, women are a little more level-headed, a little more level-headed than some men are, and are able to run things just perfectly fine.
And you will see that some of them in the last State of the Union were wearing white, in memory of those early women who fought for the vote.
Yeah. All right. If people want more information about anything that's going on with the State Historical Society, where do they go?
Well, our website is always a good place. So Google the State Historical Society of Missouri, Center for Missouri Studies.
Okay.
And you can also give us a call at 882-7083 and find out a little bit more about our events.
Okay, and Nicole, can people come to the MU Historic Textile Collection and see things?
We have an exhibit case, but we are always open for tours of our storage
Where
facilities.
Are you located?
Gwynn Hall on the University of Missouri campus. We're right next to Memorial Union.
Okay, so anybody can pop in? You have to make an appointment?
During when the building is open.
Okay.
They're welcome to swing in.
All right, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We're out of time for today. If there's something you'd like to hear or see, I'd love to hear from you. Drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu. Have yourself a good weekend.